mysterious story.
Warning: they have documented the videos below to produce severe episodes of bad luck that can last a lifetime. You should only be responsible for the possible dangers and bad results of the videos you watch. Number 10. Robert the Doll messes up my camera. Johnny Flynn, a YouTuber, goes to Key West to pay Robert a visit, a possessed doll with an allegedly evil soul. He is aware that he must obtain Robert's permission before filming or photographing anything. He'll be cursed if he doesn't. Robert seems to have a serious curse that museum employees will say to visitors about it as soon as they walk in. They say that you must ask permission to record on film or tape Robert, or else bad things will take place. What he does to you appears to be determined by the demonic doll's mood at the time. He will sometimes simply delete all of the photos from your camera or break it. He will occasionally ensure that you have the worst accident of your life instead. Despite the fact that Johnny Flynn politely requests permission before recording on film, Robert chooses to curse his camera anyway. After all, simply requesting permission does not guarantee that it will be granted. And the video is heavily misshaped, and orbs stay afloat around. The twist is that despite the fact that Robert not only did not give Johnny Flynn permission to record on film, he also did not allow you to watch it. The page is littered with comments from people who repeatedly apologize to Robert. And you should probably apologize to him as well. I hope that he sympathizes with you for watching this video. Number 9. Wire, a YouTuber, first uploaded this video to demonstrate once and for all that it actually does exist. He claimed to have heard from a friend about a mysterious video that could be discovered on the internet by searching for WPKEPKW. What was strange about this video was that it would only occasionally appear in the search results. The majority of the time, it simply would not. It was as though YouTube had purposefully concealed the video, or if it had a mind of its own. He couldn't discover the actual video after 2 weeks of searching. All he was able to discover were weird stories posted by others after they had watched the video for themselves. Some believed they were witnessing a person who was speaking just before death, while others believed that they were witnessing a government worker that was confessing to a botched experiment. Nevertheless, because he hadn't seen it with his own eyes yet, he wasn't convinced it was true. Despite the fact that he was beginning to suspect that the video existed at all, it had been told to him by an honest friend, and he expected it to be true. He made up his mind to look for the video a few more times, and to his surprise, the cursed thumbnail appeared in front of him. And he clicked on the link, did not know what to think. His screen was filled with a blurred face against a white background. When a harsh noise blew up through his speakers, the unfocused image seemed to be speaking urgently. The voice itself sounded as if it had been encrypted by some advanced form of technology. The video was suddenly saved and uploaded to YouTube by Wire so that others could see for themselves that the myth was true. He was extremely happy he did this because, sure enough, when he looked for the original video again a short time later, he couldn't discover it. He hoped that by contributing, others would be able to shed some light on this weird mystery. However, his contribution appears to have only made matters worse. Beginning that same night, the blurred face began to spook him. And he seemed alone on his computer when the image flashed across his screen repeatedly. According to him, someone was joking until he put 2 and 2 together and became aware of the fact that he was most likely cursed. He took out his iPhone and began recording the paranormal activity to have proof. He was on his homepage as the blurred face popped up 4 times on his computer. On the 4th and final occasion, the face makes a hissing noise that sounds like it's emerging from both the speakers and the same room he's in. He screams and steps back. After that, everything was deleted on his computer by Wire in the hopes of erasing the curse as well. There is no word on whether or not this plan was successful. For the time being, the WPKEEP video is right now widely available online, owing to multiple backup copies. And it seems that these clone videos are cursed as well, causing problems for the majority of those who have watched them. Even if you only see 1 second of the video, it appears to be enough to put the evil eye on you. Despite the fact that many people have watched this video, and analyzed it using the best software available, there is not anyone that knows what the figure in the video is attempting to say. Perhaps it is a curse, perhaps it is a warning. In either case, bad things appear to happen. Bonus, real cursed video, this video claims to be cursed. Despite the fact that it's actually just a creepy mind trick, it's worth mentioning. It appears that this video can compound aural frequencies with moving images and concealed messages to be the cause of an altered state of mind in the viewer. In addition, people who watch this video frequently misinterpret it as a curse because it uses frequencies that are designed to stand in the way of our natural brainwaves and overstimulate our senses. As a result, many people report feeling numbness or even static electricity under their skin while watching. Or the video must have been truly cursed. And there seems to be just no way to know for sure. Number 8. Duclos 777, a Brazilian uploaded user this YouTube video. According to them, the person in this video seemed to be once a psychic clairvoyant that had a lot of extraordinary abilities. She had such powerful spells and prophecies that just watching this recovered footage of her is enough to get you into a lot of trouble. And the video starts with a crude computer animation of a talking face, after that, transitions into some abstract shapes and colors. Music that is weird and stretched begins to play. Despite the fact that everything makes no sense, the effect is hypnotic. A jarring buzzing sound suddenly seems to play, and you notice a tiny starving woman tap using an umbrella to dance. It appears that she is frail and appears to be dying. It's incredible that she has enough power to stand it all. When the video continues, the entire scene begins to bear to a resemblance a dangerous occult ritual rather than a choreographed dance routine. It seems that her movements are actually convulsive and extremely strange, and her face appears pinched and frightening when she clops around the tiny room. Out of nowhere, split-second images of doll faces pop up over the video. They appear to be blind. In the background, there seems to be a girl's voice which begins to play. She's nearly yelling when she sings long notes backwards. Number 7. Cursed Deep Web Video. One night, Ashen Jackal is looking for the deep web for cursed videos when he stumbles across a site that few people have ever seen before. Immediately, 3 videos are downloaded and one is watched by him before he retires for the night. He doesn't think much of the file because it's just a quick clip. And it seemed to be an animated short produced in Japan. In it, there appears to be a man's dark outline that screams while surrounded by red flames. When the scream becomes louder and louder and his jaws open wider, his teeth, nose, and eyes turn red. There seems to be Japanese text before and after the clip, which Ashen Jackal does not understand. Despite the fact that it's a strange clip, he thinks to himself, he doesn't think much more of it and goes about his day as usual. Several days later, he is speaking to someone else by phone in the bathroom when he listens to a loud scream to his right. He spends a moment realizing that it's the same scream from the cursed video he watched a few nights ago. He suspects that his wife is in the other room, watching a video or something. Despite the fact that the explanation isn't particularly logical, it's the best he can think up at the time. His bathroom window suddenly begins to violently rattle and shake. In shock, he yells. It seems that he until now does not believe that the cursed video is to blame. Because there's no such thing, he reasoned, it had to be a gust of wind. He seems to feel surprised to discover that his wife is sleeping, implying that she could not have been watching the video. Either he completely went crazy, or he had actually listened to a scream just outside his window. And he couldn't decide which option sounded worse. Ashen Jackal, at the moment determined to get to the bottom of everything, returns to the internet to learn more about the video, only to discover that the deep website has vanished until now. According to his browser history, he has never been there before. Nevertheless, because the video is still on his hard drive, it is uploaded to YouTube by him. According to him, this is the only remaining copy of the cursed video. Whether good or bad things happen, the video was posted in the hopes that others would confirm the curse's existence. He was told that despite the fact that the Japanese writing at the start has bad grammar, that translates to something about causing harm to anyone who watches the video. In addition, he claims that even though he can hear someone saying something else in Japanese in the background, he can't tell what it is. Number 6. You have 20 seconds to stop this cursed video, according to the title of a 2-minute clip uploaded by the YouTube channel Repent Sinners. It begins with a warning that if you don't stop watching right away, this video will get in your unconscious mind and curse your sleep with horrible nightmares. If you go on watching, you'll notice a boy who is walking around a cemetery, surrounded by massive statues. He puts a question to one of the statues why, and the camera zooms in on the statue's stone face for an unsettling response. Off-screen, there seems to be a girl who wails uncomfortably, and you can watch a demon figurine positioned between two black candles. And right now, one of the cemetery statues is looking sullen, and you have a distinct impression that some dark appearance is about to make itself known. When turning off the camera, there seemed to be some soft whimpering, followed by a weird animal noise that loops over and over once more. Immediately, the camera cuts to a stuffed animal, followed by more satanic imagery. A brief clip of an occult ritual concludes with a man spitting something into the face of a skeleton figure dressed in long robes. After that, the same man is seen laughing maniacally at something that is not visible. He must have overcome with emotion now that his ritual is finished. And the video concludes with a warning directed at you. According to the warning, a friend who passed away when they were childlike will visit you in your dreams. Despite the fact that they will request you to follow them, no matter what you do not do so. The video abruptly ends before it can explain what will take place next if you choose to follow them. It is never specified when this deceptive nightmare will take place. It could be today or it could be as you are much older. This sluggish curse seems to appear everywhere in the world. Number 5. This video may induce nightmares. The all-caps title of this haunted YouTube video doesn't get much clearer than that. Silver Carnivore, the channel's operator, claims that despite the fact that he has no idea where this video came from, he doubts that it was discovered somewhere in the deep web. Maybe it was one of the 3 videos downloaded by Ashen Jackal in his story for number 9. And the video begins with what appears to be a burning skull. It appears to cut to a contingent television clip and then to a frightening human-like face with large eyes. There seems to be a chimpanzee that is about to use a stick to hit something when we notice a dead body on the ground. And there is medical footage, a faceless woman who is standing between 2 wind turbines and some kind of hell-based animation. Certainly, despite the fact that a stop-and-start motion puppet with a long neck and mismatched eyes speaks to the viewer, all we hear are people yelling and talking loudly. After that, the video gets more discreet before cutting to black. We can now see a girl ascending the stairs. All of the voices, thankfully, end shouting. It seems that the video is only stilly at this point. When she turns around, the horrifying voices reappear in full force. Someone is having their mouth stitched shut, and after that, we see a woman who is standing in the doorway. It concludes with footage of lions feasting and a woman with sensor bars over her eyes. The whole time, static cuts in and out. It always seems like, despite the fact that you're on the brink of understanding what the voices are saying, after that, they become garbled and static-filled once more. Backward chanting can be heard near the end. It seems to be a safe bet that there are hidden audio messages all over the place. And only your subconscious can comprehend no matter what is being communicated to it. According to Silver Carnivore, you should not watch this video right before going to bed. You will nearly be cursed for the rest of your dreams if you do. Number 4. Number 5. Carl Mayer. According to reports, this video is heavily laced with subliminal messages and weird commands to carry out prohibited and indescribable acts. And it begins with twins holding hands while a girl's voice varies in tones and pitches. Despite the fact that she is laughing, the overall mood is evil rather than joyful. Flowers bloom in a meadow that changes colors and shapes before your eyes. The video zooms in and out quickly, which makes you further confused. It's a drugged-out effect designed to cause anxiety, and it works. Despite the fact that the insanity appears to be calming down at one point, it's a ruse. When the video gets more distorted, there seems to be a clown's face that quickly transforms into vibrant colors, and the high-pitched voices start to yell even louder. Apart from the reactions it elicits, there is not much information about this video. People frequently report feeling depressed or hostile after they watch. Occasionally, they may even feel saddened or paranoid for several days afterward. Despite the fact that you don't know what you just saw by the end, you have an idea it wasn't something you were supposed to see. One theory is that this video is about a German poet called Carl Mayer. And there seem to be some uncanny coincidences. First and foremost, the title bears his name. Second, Carl Mayer's brother pictured landscapes, which are frequently featured in this video. In addition, there's a painting of 3 European-looking figures who appear to be from the same era as Carl Mayer. As a result, this video could have begun as a simple art project about the poet. Perhaps the video began as a creative expression of Carl Mayer's rage at being exiled to Switzerland for being too liberal during the German Revolution of 1849. If that's the case, the artist's video may have seduced Carl Mayer's spirit and become cursed by his supernatural rage. Number 3. The viral video. Tristan Lambert recently uploaded this YouTube video. This individual claims to have discovered the video in their attic, and they don't know who took the video or why it was there. The tape itself was unlabeled and appeared to be quite old. Then, he sat down and pressed the play button. The first 20 seconds seems to be entirely silent and pitch black. Perhaps the tape was blank. After that, everything quickly turned dark. In front of the camera, there seems to be a figure that has black skin appears. And the demon floats back and forth, chanting something in reverse. Despite the fact that it's difficult to tell what he's saying, he may be repeating the word stop. Lastly, the demon places a gun to its head and pulls the trigger. He seems to disappear little by little while smiling, and the chanting becomes more intense. It now appears that there is a song that is being played backwards and at a slower speed. There are trumpets mixed in with satanic voices. This video is cursed, according to Tristan, because it gets stuck in your head. You can't get the weird song out of your head at first, and after that, you begin seeing the demon's face no matter when you close your eyes. Even if you try your best to forget the video, it returns to spook you until you cannot sleep. It is believed that the concealed messages are designed to gradually get you to feel depressed and likely to commit suicide. Many people believe this is a satanic tutorial guide that instructs you to commit suicide. It's unclear how much of this Tristan experienced himself, or how he could overcome the curse. Maybe he didn't win and is at the moment a slave to the curse. After all, why would he want to upload such a dangerous video to YouTube unless to spread its effects? Number 2. Japanese commercial. It seems that cursed videos can appear in the most unexpected places. Take, for instance, this Japanese Kleenex commercial. It appears to have been on YouTube for years and has become well known for its unusual and bizarre curse. However, before we go any further, why don't we take a look at the commercial itself? Even there is not any curse, it's a spine-chilling piece of video. There seems to be a woman who put on entirely white sits across from a red imp with woolly grey hair and a single horn. She seems to be soothing the creature, which has its arms crossed and appears to be upset about something. At one point, she leans in and it appears that they are about to kiss. It appears that the background is all red, and they seem to be sitting on straw, nearly like a manger floor. Kleenex's choice of music is also unusual. And there are not any instruments, only a woman who is singing in about how nice the night is and how wonderful tomorrow will be. Despite the fact that it is never made clear what is supposed to take place tomorrow, when combined with the devil, it certainly has some evil implications. When the commercial brought the internet, there was a tittle-tattle that if you saw it at midnight, you would be cursed. Shrouded Hand, a YouTuber, chose to see the video at midnight to see what would take place. Even though they waited to put an end to the rumor once and for all, instead they ended up affirming it. Shrouded Hand takes a phone call at 11:59 p.m. to confirm the time. They start the video by pressing the play button. Normally, the Kleenex commercial runs the whole time. It's now 12 a.m. The play button is pressed by Shrouded Hand once more. Despite the fact that the video begins to play normally this time, when the woman goes to release a wad of tissue into the air, the singing quickly gets low and wicked. It sounds as if Satan himself is singing about how wonderful the night is and how wonderful tomorrow will be. Some hear it is the heralding of the apocalypse. Simultaneously, the screen gets pixelated, black, and glitchy. It seems that the woman reaches for the imp twice as quickly as she did before and seems to plant a kiss on him repeatedly. It's as if she pays homage to him. And her face becomes distorted, and her eyes become black. When the video ends, two eyes pop up on the screen and immediately close. Some religious people believe that this is yet another instance of Satan using corporations and television to spread his message. They believe that according to the song lyrics, this commercial is either conveying a message that Satan will rise once more, or that he is having somehow an effect on others to do his bidding. Number 1. Cursed video. Because of its generic title, this international YouTube video is frequently buried in search results. It was submitted by a user called Chris Sadler, and the starting screen seems to contain a warning in a foreign language. The English translation just says "Do not open your eyes." No matter who made this video seems to be attempting a last-minute caution to the viewers not to watch this cursed tape, possibly out of worry for their safety. While spooky noises play, a slender figure walks in place. The screen gradually grows faint, then turns black. At the moment, we're looking through the eyes of a stalker when he walks around a residence. And we listen to bizarre noises that are most likely subliminal signals with directions to do things we would never knowingly do. It's almost as though we're inside the mind of a mentally ill individual. We can notice that we are not in the body of a burglar, but of a monster when we use one scaly hand to seize a doorway. We quickly realize that we are walking inside the home of a sleeping household in a leisurely way while carrying a knife. There seems to be an old-fashioned song that begins to play, and it's actually difficult to tell what they're singing about. Something to do with the boogeyman. Tonight, we are most likely the boogeyman. When the family is brutally butchered, the camera goes on returning to a chunk of meat while odd noises and voices interact. There appears to be a blood-splattered hand that flops over a bathtub. We appear to be draining someone's blood before feasting on their corpse. It's almost as though the video is subconsciously urging you to take the life and engage in cannibalism. Who is aware of how many genuine killings have been influenced by this? Thanks for checking out this video. Be sure to subscribe because I upload a new video every day. Or if you're still not convinced, here are some of my other videos that I think you'd like. Enjoy.